Hello and namaskar everyone. Welcome to Astro Satvik. So today I have a very special technique to discuss. The technique is to time death. Now, as many people will say, timing death is prohibited or it's against the nature, this and that. See, it's their own perspective. I won't comment on it because if I remember, then the greatest astrologer ever, Varhamir, got his name due to the death prediction which he predicted to the king that his son would die because of a varaha or what we call pig, and he gave the timing, and exactly on that date, and the king's son died. So via varaha, so he was named as a Varamir. So if Varamir got his legendary name due to death prediction, so I don't think it is prohibited. Otherwise, Varamir would have easily mentioned in his Shastra or in his books, Brihad Jatak, that you shouldn't do this. And secondly, whichever classic of astrology we read, every rishi shares a method to find longevity, to find lifespan. So if it was bad, then rishis wouldn't have shared this method, okay, in the books. Secondly, it wouldn't have been revealed out publicly. So this shows there's nothing wrong about timing such things. All you need to be is be cautious. Moreover, be alert because a wrong prediction can create a lot of mess in someone's life. Okay, because a prediction influences a person mentally. So if you give a wrong prediction and you just scare someone out, then that karma you need to bear up. That's why it said okay, avoid such predictions because we are astrologers of today are not that accurate. So now coming to the technique, as I told, this technique, see this technique will help you to find the months, okay, in which month that can happen. And there's a chardasha technique by Ken Raji which can help you to time the death. But I must tell you, before using this technique, please do the longevity calculation, okay. Calculate how much lifespan a person is having, okay, how much he can live. Find out the probable age group in which he can die, then only use this technique. This is the end stage, okay. Before this, most important technique is longevity. Now, which technique of longevity is best? According to me, it's the Gemini method, which is revealed by Sri Ranti Rangacharya in his book A Manual of Gemini Astrology. In that Manual of Gemini Astrology, he has revealed that method and it's the best. And when you combine that method with just a go again two to three more methods, then it gives very fantastic results and it can give you a probable age or a longevity, and it's accurate in 90% of the cases. So that's how you can find the longevity, okay. Refer to the method of Rangacharya and refer to apply Ashtagarg also in that. And now coming to the most important thing is, see, a single method can't help you do so. So always confirm event by two or three methods or two or three dashas or two or three more techniques. And when it comes to death timing, one of the dasha which is very useful is Mula Dasha. Another dasha which is very useful is Kal Chakra Dasha, because Kal Chakra Dasha is having two specific things, okay, Jiva and Jiva Rashi, Jiva and Deha Rashi. And this Jiva and Deha Rashi can be used very beautifully to time negative events or the sufferings or the death. And also the Kalchakra Dasha is having the concepts of quantum jump and all. So that jump of Rashis, Simvohan, Gati, etc., different types of jumps. It can also help in timing the death. So combine multiple methods only, then only rely on this technique. But yeah, this technique is one of the best techniques I've ever found. The credit of this technique goes to Sri C.S. Patel ji, the most legendary astrologer, the Bhishma Pitama of astrology. It was his efforts that he brought this technique out of the Chandrakala Nadi. The shloka is from Chandrakala Nadi, Devakeralam. Okay, as you can see the shloka number and the exact shloka. Now, what the translation says, what the C.S. Patel ji have interpreted. Now, let's move to it. The translation says, if a person is born in the first part of the Navamansha, first part of Navamansha, if moon is in the first part of Navamansha, so if the moon is in the first part of Navamansha, then the death will happen between 14th January to 16th July. 14th January to 16th July, that is from Uttarayan. If we take from Uttarayan, then from 14th January to 16th July, this is the timing on death of the person can happen. If just look at the natal moon of the chart and look in which part of Navamansha it is. How to find the part of Navamansha? I will share the slide further. Okay. And the second thing is, if the moon of the person is in the second part of Navamansha or the second part of Navamansha, then he will die between 16th of July to 14th January. Dakshinayana, okay? 16th July to January 14th. So these are the two parts. This is a big thing, okay? In a year, you are able to break that particular year into two parts. First 6 months and the later 6 months. So if you are able to predict this, then this I think this is a very beautiful technique and it works like it worked out straight in lot of charts in which I applied. So I don't think there's any issue with this technique. So I hope you got the technique. Just look at the natal moon, look at the degrees of the natal moon, see in which part of Navamansha it is. First part, then 14th January to 16th July. Second part, then 16th July to 14th January. Now coming to slide number 2. One second. Let me change the slide. Yeah, coming to the slide number 2. This is the slide and you can see the degrees of the moon and then see in which part of Navamansha it is. Okay, Purva Bhag means first part of Navamansha. Uttara Bhag means second part of Navamansha. So Purva Bhag is the first part, Uttara Bhag is the second part. First part, second part, first part, second part. And here are the degrees. Okay, between 0 to 3 degrees of moon is there. Then look, okay, if it is from 0 to 1.40, then it's Purva Bhag. That's how you will check it. I hope you can just take a screenshot of this and keep it with you. Like suppose if moon is at 15 degrees, so 15 degrees will fall between 1320 to 1640 and 15th degree will be here in a Purva Bhag. After 15th there will be Uttara Bhag, first part, second part. So I hope it's clear now. You can take the screenshot of this if you want. Okay, now let's come to the Chardasha technique. Shri Kianroji has done a wonderful work on the Chardasha, especially on the Dharakarka, Madhyakarka. Okay, and he has given a dual use of Dharakarka technique. See, Dharakarka is the planet with the lowest degree in the chart, lowest degree, and this particular planet can be used to time marriage, simultaneously death. It can give marriage as well as death. These are the two things which can be given by Dharakarka planet. And how to use this technique? See, use the Chardasha of Shri Kenraji. Mark the Dharakarka planet in the Kundli and also mark the Dharakarka Navamansha. Okay, look in which Navamansha Rashi the Dharakarka planet is. Mark that Navamansha Rashi in the Lagan Kundli, Dharakarka Navamansha. Take these two things and use only Lahiri Ayamsha. See, whatever techniques I'm sharing, use only Lahiri Ayamsha because with this technique, there was a huge issue of Ayamsha. If I change the Ayamsha, then moon's degree will change and total prediction will change. I tested Pushyabaksh, I tested Chandrahari, I tested Lahiri. Okay, most of the charts, 90% of the charts worked with Lahiri perfectly fine. Okay, few of them worked with Pushyabaksh, but only few of them worked with Chandrahari. But the highest accuracy I got was with Lahiri. And when I was looking at the chart from Lahiri, then out of 10 charts I was looking at, in the 8 the technique was totally applicable, like 80 to 90% accuracy. There is no technique which gives you 100% accuracy in astrology, so forget that. But even 80% accuracy is a good deal, 80 to 90%. So yeah, and before using this technique, make sure the birth time is accurate. Number 2, the longitudes you are putting up there in the software are accurate. Okay, and you are using the right Ayamsha, Lahiri Ayamsha, because here the degrees of moon must be very accurate, then only this technique will work. If degrees of moon are a bit off, then the prediction will change totally. And according to my research, according to my findings, Lahiri works the best. So coming to the third point, now look at the Rashi aspected by Dharakarka planet and Dharakarka Navamansha Rashi. So the Dharakarka planet, which is, and Dharakarka Navamansha Rashi, which is, see which Rashi are aspected by these, but only use Rashi aspects, Gemini aspects. Use Rashi aspects, Gemini aspects. Charadasha of these signs can prove fatal. and can cause death. Okay, Chardasha of these Rashi can bring death and can prove fatal. And but remember, Darakarka and Darakarka Navamash can also give marriage. So most important, do the longevity calculations first, then only apply this technique. Secondly, use multiple techniques, 2 to 3 dashas to confirm the event. Otherwise, don't predict because it will be a blunder. And most important technique, make the dasha lagan, whichever Rashi dasha is operating, make the dasha lagan, bring it to the lagna, and see the position of Atma Karak. If from the dasha lagan you are making of that particular Rashi, if Atma Karak is in third, sixth, eighth, or 12th house, then it can indicate sufferings, it can indicate some loss, can indicate some death or hospitalization. Okay, such events. Third is a mark house. Sixth shows Badak. Sixth is a Badak house and shows diseases. Eighth causes death. 12th shows loss and moksha. So if from the Dashalagan Atma Karak is associated with these houses, then for sure the suffering will be there. Now this was all the technique part. Let's come to the charts. First chart of Sri C.S. Patel ji. As you can look at the degrees of moon, 12.11. It's in the second part of Navamash. Okay, these are degrees of moon. You can match it there in the table. Okay, degrees of moon 12.11. It's in the second part of Navamansha, and he died on 14th August 2007. 14th August 2007 after 14th July. Okay, so working perfectly. Mars is the Dharkarka planet placed in Leo Rashi, and Gemini is the Dharkarka Navamash. Okay, he died in Chardasha of Aries Sagittarius. He died in the Chardasha of Aries Sagittarius. Mars, Darakarka aspect Aries. Okay. And Sagittarius is aspected by Gemini, which is the Darakarka Navamash. Okay. Using Rashi aspects. And if you make Sagittarius, see, Aries Mahadasha was operating and Sagittarius Antar was there in Chardasha. So if you make the Sagittarius as the Dasha Lagna, if you make the Antardasha Rashi as Dasha Lagna, then the Atma Karak Jupiter is in the third house. Okay, if you make the Sagittarius Rashi as Dasha Lagra, then Atma Karak Jupiter is in the third house. Coming to the next chart, Sri Lal Bahadur Shastri ji. His moon is in the second part of Navmansh. Okay, the degrees are 11.50, 11 degrees 50 minutes. So it's the second part of Navmansh, and he died on 11th January 1966, before Uttarayan, before 14th January. Okay, so as the technique is very clear, before 14th January in the Dakshinayan period, before Uttarayan. So second part of Navamansha. Now his Darakarka is Jupiter. It's placed in Mesha Rashi. Darakarka Navamansha is Taurus. Okay. He died in Aquarius Capricorn Dasha. He died in Aquarius Capricorn Dasha. Aquarius is aspected by Darakarka Jupiter from Mesh Rashi, from Rashi aspect. And Capricorn is aspected by Dharakarka Navamansha from Taurus. So Aquarius Mahadasha, Capricorn Antra, both of the Rashis, Aquarius aspected by Dharakarka and Capricorn aspected by Dharakarka Navamash. Moreover, if I make the Antardasha Capricorn as the Dasha Lagna, as the Lagna, then from the Dasha Lagna, Atma Kark Mercury is in the 8th house. So that's another confirmation from the Antardasha, from the Dasha Lagna, Atma Karka Mercury is in the 8th house. Now coming to the next chart, Sri Jagdish Chandra Bose, JC Bose, moon in the second part of the Navamansha. Okay, the degrees of moon are 18 degrees 57 minutes, 1857. So it's the second part of Navamansha, and he died on 23rd November 1937. Again, after 14th July and before 14th January. So look at the chart. The Dharkarka planet is Mercury, which is placed in Sagittarius Rashi. Dharakarka is Mercury, placed in Sagittarius Rashi. Dharakarka Navamash is Mesh. Okay. Dharakarka, as you can see, Dharakarka Mercury is in the Mesh Navamansha. So he died in Dasha of Gemini, Mahadasha, Sagittarius Antra, Sagittarius Pratantra, and Aries. Yeah, Aries. I think Aries is a Sukshma Dasha or the Pranada, Sukshma Dasha. Yeah. So Gemini Rashi, the Mahadasha Rashi is spectral by Dharakarka, Mercury, and Sagittarius Rashi, the Antra Pratantra Dasha itself has the Darakarka Mercury. And Aries, as we know, is the Darakarka Navamansh. So all the conditions are fulfilled. The Mahadasha Lord is spectral by Darakarka Mercury. Antardasha and Pratandradasha Lord is having the Darakarka Mercury, and the Mesh is having Darakarka Navamash. And if you make Sagittarius, this Sagittarius Antar and Pratantra, if you make it as a Dasha Lagna, okay, if you make this as a Dasha Lagna, then the Atmakarka Jupiter is placed sixth from there. Make Sagittarius as the Lagna, Jupiter is placed in Taurus, Taurus Rashi. So sixth from there. Again, the conditions are fulfilled. Now let's come to another chart of Indira Gandhi. In the chart of Indira Gandhi, the moon is in the second part of Navamansha. Okay, the degrees of moon are 5:35, 5 degrees 35 minutes, 5:35. Yeah, so it's the second part of Navamansha, and she died on 31st October 1984 in the October month. Almost, yeah, 31st October. So as you can see, it's after 16th July. Yeah, dates were 14th January to 16th July, and from 16th July to 14th January. Second part is the 16th July to 14th January, and the first part is 14th January to 16th July. Okay. Now coming to Indira Gandhi, yeah. Har Dharakarka is Sun in Leo Rashi. Uh, sorry, Dharakarka is Sun in Scorpio Rashi. The Dharakarka planet of lowest degree is Sun in Scorpio. Dharakarka Navamash is Leo. Leo is the Dharakarka Navamash. Yeah. So, as you can see, the Dasha she was running when she died on 31st October 1984 was Leo, Madasha, Libra, Antra. See, the Dasha is of Ken Rao ji, Dasha of Ken Rao. So, use only that. So, Leo and Libra was the Dasha running. Leo is the Darakarka Navamash. Libra is also aspected by Darakarka Navamash by Rashi aspect. So, as you can see, the Leo and Libra period, Leo the Darakarka Navamash, and Libra is also aspected by the Ragarka Navamash. And if you make Leo as the Lagna, if you make this Leo as Dasha Lagna, then from Leo, the Atmakarka Saturn is in the 12th house. If you make Leo as the Dasha Lagna, then Atmakarka Saturn goes to 12th house. Now coming to the chart of Mahatma Gandhi. His moon is in the first part of Navamash, 27 degree 55 minutes. It makes the first part of the Navamansha. And he died on 30th January 1948 after 14th January. So yeah, the technique is working. And Darakarka planet is Mercury. Mercury is placed in Libra Rashi. Darakarka Navamash is Capricorn. Okay. And he died in Dasha of Leo Capricorn. He died in Dasha of Leo Capricorn. And Leo is aspected by Darakarka Mercury from Libra Rashi using Gemini aspects. And Capricorn is itself the Darakarka Navamash. So as you can see how beautifully the technique of Ken Raji works, the credit goes to him. Okay, he is the ultimate researcher of this technique. The dual use of Darakarka, we call this technique as the dual use of Darakarka. So Leo, as I told you, is aspected by Darakarka, and Capricorn is itself the Darakarka Navamash. So it gave the death. Coming to the next chart, Sri Rajiv Gandhi. The moon is in the first part of Navamansha, 17 degree 9 minutes. Okay, 17 degree 9 minutes. Moon is in the first part of Navamash, and he died on 21st May 1991. So after 14th January from the Uttarayan period. Okay, so yeah, the technique is working fine. Now coming to the timing part, the Darakarka planet is Mars, lowest degree in Virgo Rashi, and Darakarka Navamash is Capricorn. Okay, and he died in the Dasha of Aquarius, Capricorn, Scorpio. Aquarius Mahadasha, Scorpio Antra, Capricorn Antra and Scorpio Pratantra. Yeah, the Dasha running during the death was Aquarius, Capricorn, and Scorpio. Mahadasha Aquarius, Antra, Capricorn, and Pratantra, Scorpio. Capricorn is the Darakarka Navamash. Okay, as you can see, the Antra period is the Darakarka Navamash, where there is Ketu sitting there, which shows some surgeries, accidents. Okay, if you make it as a Dasha Lagna. Atmakarka Mercury is 8th from Capricorn. Okay, Atmakarka planet is the Mercury. It goes from eighth from the Capricorn Rashi in Singh Rashi. And there's a big conjunction happening there in the eighth house. So much of planets in the eighth, certainly showing some big transformation or a big tragic event. And Scorpio, the Pratantra Dasha, okay, Rashi. The Scorpio is aspected by Darakarka Navamash, Capricorn. So Capricorn Darakarka Navamash aspects Scorpio. Now coming to another chart, the chart of Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill. Okay. See, the charts I've used here are rectified charts, especially most of them are provided by Sri Kenraji. Okay. Few of them I took from Astro Data Bank, but all the charts are reliable with double A rating. And in case some chart differs, then I've used the rectified chart. Okay. Okay. Like few of the charts are given by Kenraji. And Ayamsha is Lahiri. In J Hora, there might be a little difference. I've added few minutes to Larry, but it won't make a difference. Okay. In J Hora, I'm using Shrishti Ayamsha. Shrishti Ayamsha is given by Sarajit sir, popularly known as Varamir. So it's just, I think, 5 minutes or 6 minutes more than Lahiri. Okay. So it won't make a difference. So now coming to the chart of Winston Churchill, Moon is in the first part of Navamash. The degrees are 7:24. Okay. 7 degrees, 24 minutes. Okay. uh, it's the first part of Navamash, and he died on 24th January after 14th January 1965. Now, the Rakarka planet is Jupiter in his chart. As you can see, it is placed in Libra Rashi. And the Rakarka Navamash is also Libra because Jupiter is Vargottam here. So both the Rashis are Libra, the Rakarka Navamash and the Rakarka. He died in Virgo Aquarius Dasha. He died in Virgo Aquarius Dasha. Aquarius, the Antardasha in which he died, was expected by both Darakarka and Darakarka Navamash from Libra. Okay. The Virgo Aquarius Antra it was. So Aquarius Antra, it is expected, Aquarius Rashi is expected by both Darakarka and Darakarka Navamash from Libra. And if you make uh, Virgo as a Lagna, Mahadasha as the Lagna, okay. If you make the Mahadasha Virgo as the Lagna, then Atmakarka Venus goes to third house. As I told earlier, okay, Atmakara going to third, sixth, eighth, or 12th from the Dasha Lagna. Coming to the next chart of Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay. Now I've directly discussed the combination because Dashas takes time to research and all. Okay. So I just took the charts directly. Jawaharlal Nehru, moon is in the first part of Navamansha. Degrees are 18 degrees, 8 minutes. 18 degrees, 8 minutes. Ashlesha Nakshatra. So it's the first part of Navamash. He died on 27th May 1964. 27th May 1964. So after 14th January. Now coming to the next chart of Adolf Hitler. Okay. Moon is in the first part of Navamash. The degrees of moon are 14 degree, 12 minutes in Sagittarius Rashi. Moon is in the Sagittarius, 14 degree, 12 minutes. And it's the first part of Navamash. And he died on 30th April 1945. 30th April 1945. After 14th January. So, and before 16th July. So now coming to the next chart. Wait a second. Yeah, Benito Mussolini. Mussolini. Okay, I think he was an dictator, Italian dictator. Yeah, if I remember right. Yeah, Italian dictator. And Benito Mussolini has moon in the first part of Navamash. It's the first part of Navamash. In Taurus Rashi, degrees are 1650, 16 degree 50 minutes. 16 degree 50 minutes. Taurus Rashi, and it's the first part of Navamansha. He died on 28th April 1945. 28th April 1945. So as you can see, yeah, 20th April 1945 after the Uttarayan, 40th January. Now coming to the next chart of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. This is taken from the Ken Raoji's article, this chart. So he has the moon in the first part of the Navamansha. The degrees of moon are 27, 47, 27 degrees, 47 minutes in the Taurus Rashi. Okay, in the Taurus, 27 degrees, 47 minutes, and the first part of Navamansha. And he died on 5th April 1979. So after the Uttarayan, after 40th January, and before 16th July. Coming to the last chart of Sri Swami Vivekananda, Moon is in the first part of Navamansh in Virgo Rashi, 17 degrees, 27 minutes. Okay. And he died on 4th July, 1902. Again, the technique is working perfectly fine. Okay. The first part of Navamansh, Moon is in the first part, degrees are 1727, and the death happened on 4th July 1902, before 16th July. So this is a very powerful technique from Chandrakala Nadi. Similar technique was also there in Bhrigu Nadi. So Bhrigu Nadi and Chandrakala Nadi, I will say both the this technique is one of the best techniques I've ever found on death. And that's why it took me a lot of efforts to make slides to get the charts. And it works perfectly fine with Lahiri. Like 90% of the chart, it will work. Yeah, few charts, it might fail because there's no such thing as a perfect or the 100% accurate technique in astrology. But this technique is certainly very powerful. And giving the due credits to Sri C.S. Patel ji, I will end this video now. And also to Sri Ken Rao ji, because of his Darakarka technique. So see you guys next time. Okay.